What up, kinfolk? It's your boy Screwface Capone in the house, and I noticed I haven't done a tech unboxing in a long time, so what better way to start another one but with this bad boy? That's right, Xbox Series X. Finally got one. Yep. It's a pretty big box, as you can see. I got the big X version, the 1 terabyte for 500 bucks. As you may or may not know, there's a smaller version, the Xbox Series X, which is only 300. But I think it's smaller and it has less than a horsepower than this one. But it is more powerful than the current than the Xbox One X. So we're gonna open this up and I'll grab some game footage off of it and give some first impressions. So anyway, as you may or may not know, Microsoft has a different strategy for the next generation than Sony does. Their thing is they view the Xbox Series X as a new graphical iteration of the Xbox One rather than a completely new system. So difference between this and the PS5. So whereas you need a PS5 to play games like, say, Demon's Souls and the upcoming Ratchet and Clank, Microsoft has a strategy where for the first few years, everything that's going to come out on the Xbox Series X will also be on the Xbox One. At least first-party titles. There's already one third-party title, the Medium, which you need an X for, an Xbox Series X for. So I'm not sure how I feel about this strategy. On the one hand, it's good for the consumer because you can ease yourself into the next generation, and you don't have to go out and grab the new one as soon as it comes out. You can wait a few years till maybe get in a bundle or drop in price. And if you do want to upgrade, then it's there. But at the same time, the purpose when you make a console, you obviously want to put a selling point behind it, and that selling point is basically games. Exclusives mainly. You saw that big list I put out sometime last year. As far as this though, it's got enough achievements under the hood that kind of makes it attractive to even current Xbox owners. You got stuff like fast loading, HDR. You got the solid state drive. You got 4K Blu-ray, velocity architecture, all the stuff that they've been pushing. And first of all, and I'm using a camcorder, and it's not exactly up to standards as far as YouTubing, so that's why the video and audio quality might be a bit funky. But other than that, here's the back of the system. Power your dreams. You got the big Halo Infinite, which of course is gonna be out later this year. Make sure this mic is on. Yep. So we're gonna go ahead and open it. So you can see there's a couple of tapes on the side. Show us a little box cutter. I'm just gonna move this bad boy up here and then tilt it down some. We can get a better up-close view of it. Okay, so we're going to take my box cutter, slice off these little bad boys on the side. Also, if you haven't done so, make sure you hit that subscribe button and click the little bell icon. That way you'll be the first to know when I put out new videos. I just put out 3 this past Monday. Well, Sunday and Monday. Alright, so that's sliced open. So yes, there's some more on the bottom. Gonna go right here. Just gonna slice along to the top. Now the big thing Microsoft has been doing, for those not in the know, is they've been marketing Game Pass. So it's more of a thing where you got Xbox as a brand name rather than a platform. It's like a lot of what's available on Game Pass is also available on PC. But the thing is, like, not everybody wants to spend like thousands of dollars on a high-end PC. So that's still like one of the advantages that console gaming has. So we're gonna open it. Let me set this up. Probably shouldn't. So you got these little. So here's what the inside looks. So here's what the inside of the box looks like. There's a lot of foam and stuff. Got these things. First, you got this card with a little setup guide on it. Then you got this big bad boy right here. Power Your Dreams. So it's wrapped around a lot of little stuff, and this thing kind of feels pretty heavy. I mean, not like heavy, but it is pretty stout. So you'll want to be careful of it. That we not drop it. Definitely bragging to worry. So I'm gonna peel off the stuff. Remove this. And here we go. Here is the box, the big refrigerator. Now here's what the top of it looks like, where the fans come out. And here's the back side. If you have one of those memory units, this is where it would plug in at, the storage expansion. There's your HDMI, there's your Ethernet cable, there's the AC. You got 2 USB ports as well. So I wonder if you can, and you also got a USB on the front, and there's that little button you can click, which I assume is eject. Well, this is probably eject, and this is probably like the Essence sync or something, or maybe, I don't know. And that's the, I assume this is what you press to like power it on. So you gotta apologize, like this isn't like really, it's not video-wise, but it's not the point. So here's the big thing, it's pretty thick. What else do we get in here? There's a lot more pads and stuff. So let me tip it up. So let me tip it over to see, so I can show you guys what it looks like. I know it's a pretty bad angle. Probably unboxing videos like does like a shit ton better than I do. But there's also this thing right here, which I assume opens up. Which does, because there's a little thing on here. So here's your plugs and stuff. I got a little, here's my controller. Here's the cable plug in the HDMI plug. You got your instruction manual. I wonder if there's anything else in the back of here. Maybe even trial membership to Game Pass or something. Who knows? That's pretty minimalist packaging. So let me open this up in this case, and because this is our controller. Now these guys are still using. Now this thing's still using batteries. And they actually come with a pack of batteries in here. So here's what the controller looks like. It feels pretty similar to the Xbox One controller. Here's the Xbox One controller for comparison. So you got this share button right here, which is the main difference. And it's like, if you can see, like the main difference is that like the Xbox guide button up here is like it's a bit darker color, and it's a bit like receded. Over here, it's like a more pronounced. Like the controller, like control pad feels like slightly different, but still, it's mostly the same. So if you've been playing Xbox One, then you'll be able to migrate to these without like a second thought. Of course, this D-pad too, like it's definitely different. Like it's a full circle, but where on the old Xbox One pad you have the cross panel, and of course you also have, and of course there's your share button. You got the menu and the option buttons. All right. So I've been transferring stuff over to. Now let me set this back up here so I can look into it. So I've been transferring like some of my older game files over to my portable drive, and at some point I'll buy like one of the new solid state storage devices for this one. But I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook this up to my TV and get my video card and grab some game footage. Like I'm not a huge graphics guy, so I'm gonna just look at the interface and some of the bells and whistles and how some of the loading works. So we'll be right back. Alright, so I decided to grab some footage off the Xbox because I want to take a look at the UI and maybe look at a few games. So if you had any version of the original Xbox One, then obviously this menu is going to be familiar to you. Obviously the major difference is that you got that animated background where on the Xbox One it's just static. So I think like the main reason for this is that like if you were playing, like Microsoft is viewing this as like a incremental upgrade rather than like a new generation. So like that's why I've been trying to ease gamers into it rather than just like make that cutoff point. So that's why I got games that work on both the Xbox One and the Xbox Series X with the smart delivery. So like if you played the Xbox One, obviously this menu is going to be looking familiar to you. You can even import your settings from your old Xbox to the new one if you got like cloud, if long as you're hooked up to the internet and you got like cloud access. So I'm gonna go into the games real quick. So the internal is ran by a solid state drive, which makes for fast loading. And if you got like games with enhanced features, then this is where you're gonna want to install them if you want to get those enhancements. Now, obviously, these like chew up a lot of space, so you got the option to buy that $200 solid state memory card. So here are all my Xbox One enhanced games. Now you can still like install games that are not enhanced, or like Xbox One S games to regular USB 3.0 card and or USB 3.0 drive. As a matter of fact, this is the one that I used from my old Xbox One. So obviously these are all the games I have. So if you got like games that aren't Xbox One enhanced or like even backward compatible games, then this is where you're going to want to install them. That way you'll be able to save up space. So you can also store your Xbox One enhanced games, but you won't be able to run them. And if there's a game on there with if there's an Xbox One game with Series X enhancements, then you won't be able to use the enhancements if you're running it off the USB HD drive. So I'm going to take a look at some games on here to see how this... Now, like, one thing, if you were playing a game on the Xbox One and you upgrade it to the Series X version, then you'll be prompted to install a new series of updates to make it compatible. Some are small and others are big. For instance, Gears 5, you got this big 40 gigabyte patch. And also another one I want to point out
It's with Mortal Kombat. Manage game and add-ons. I basically have to go in and download Series X enhancements for each Series X versions for like each different DLC I have. But the good part about it is like you can like choose to uninstall certain stuff to save time. Like here's the story because I already played through the story, so no point having that installed again. There's even a 4K version of the story too. I'm gonna try to go ahead and run it, see what happens. So I want to see if I can try that quick resume feature to kick in. I'm not like a really huge graphics guy, but first thing you know is like how fast it's loading. But like, if you run these things on Xbox Series X and you got like a good enough television set, then you'll obviously know some differences and some improvements. Obviously, I can't really do a side-by-side in comparison. I'm gonna hop and fight real quick to see how it looks. Extra second, I don't want to wait around for a computer opponent.
Sub-Zero.
Let's pick an opponent.
The Joker. Shaolin Trap Dungeon.
See, that was it took like a shorter load than it does on the previous version.
Your girl Frost is quite the filly.
She became dead to me long ago.
Soon she'll be dead to me too.
Round one. Fight.
All right. So let me try this real quick, just for shits and giggles. So I put that on pause, and I'm going to try to boot up. How about grounded? So for those that don't know, this is a Game Pass game. It's basically a survival / crafting game. Like you're basically a kid who's stuck in a yard. It's actually a pretty fun game if you're into that survival crafting genre. Basically, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the video game. It's made by Obsidian. I might even go in and take a look at this I might even do a should you play it on this someday. And of course, when I played, because the last time I played this was on Xbox One X, they're gonna sync it from the cloud. So just walking around and crafting stuff. I do notice that like there's a slightly bit more detail between this version and the Xbox One. So I wonder if do I actually have some footage from when I played this on Xbox One? So basically this is a weapon I crafted. Alright. Now, of course, with the controller, you, like I showed you earlier, like there's that share button. You can just press that real quick. You get a screenshot. Or you can hold it down for a few seconds and it'll get the past few seconds. And you can adjust that within the settings. Let me try to pause it here and switch back to Mortal Kombat. See what happens. I guess that was like, I was trying to see if I could trigger that quick resume, but oh well. I guess like you can still only play like one game at a time like that. See if I go back to grounded. In fact, we just quit that. Oh, so I can quick resume. Okay. Ah, so that's what that is. Nice.
Seems like something's digging around underneath us.
Okay. Here's recent captures. Now some of these are on Xbox Live, so I'm not sure if they're still stored like on my console or whatever. Okay. I was actually putting through that Outriders demo like sometime last night. Let's see. So trying to get all my captures. This might be because some of my internet quality. You're pulling them from Xbox Live, so I'm not sure if this is my internet quality or if this is just. It probably is. I have some grounded stuff on here, but I guess not. Check on this Xbox. Trying to find like stuff that's on this Xbox. It's taking a while just because I got like a lot of things running in the background. Here we go. So yeah, mostly like Paladin stuff and Outrider shit. Well, that's about so far so good for the Xbox Series X. Again, there's not going to be a whole lot of difference between this and that one, but it's more like what's under the hood that makes everything nice. And of course, the big attraction to this is Game Pass. Now, here's a feature that a lot of you might not know. Now, there's one more feature that you might not know about. Let me bring that. Let me go to my games and apps. See all. There's the Microsoft Rewards app. You actually, and what this is you do various tasks. You actually get free points. You can redeem them for stuff like gift cards and things like that. So yeah, you can do stuff like you got this Black Girls Rock thing. Activate the punch card, earn achievement. You complete these tasks and you get like a number of points. You also like buy stuff and they'll give you points for it as well. Like there's that new thing. There's the new achievement for the Outer Worlds. There's the DLC for Outer Worlds. And then you can redeem it for stuff here. Like it's not just Microsoft cards too. Got DoorDash, Domino's Pizza, even an Amazon card. So it's a pretty cool So it's definitely a pretty cool feature on here. And not a whole lot of people earn about that. If you go to Xbox Game Pass, and there's a bunch of tasks you can play through to unlock more points. So for instance, turning quests, and I got 853 points. So this is also on the Xbox One too. So yeah, that's about it. And I'm going to go back to my computer and, say some parting words. Alright, so that was a little unboxing and demonstration of the Xbox Series X. I hope you enjoyed it. I apologize for audio in some of the segments. I was working with my new camcorder. So anyway, like if you played the original Xbox One, then obviously this is going to seem like old hat to a lot of you. I think, of course, there's the elephant in the room of not being enough next-gen games available yet, but I think once those start kicking in, this will be a great purchase. There's a lot of nifty stuff on there, like the quick resume, the solid-state drive. So, I mean, I think the biggest sell for this version is people who didn't buy the original Xbox One, who want to try out the Game Pass and play games like Gears 5 or whatever. They can now play it and have that highest level version. Of course, like a few flaws is obvious, like with the solid state drive, you only get like 1 terabyte, and you got games that are like eating up space. So you're gonna want to buy one of those memory cards, and those are pretty expensive as well. But it is backward compatible with both the Xbox One as well as all the games that it could play. So you got like thousands of games out the gate you can already play with the system. So yeah, definitely it's definitely a good device. I like the design, and it'll be even better once the games start rolling out for it. Same with the PlayStation 5, and as soon as I get that, I'll do an unboxing of that and show how that looks. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you like what you just saw, hit that thumbs up icon, and Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to see more game-related content. I got more stuff on the way. I got another tech unboxing coming up pretty soon. And I got some game stream replays too coming up. So again, like, comment, subscribe, and I hope you have a great weekend, or week, or whenever I decide to post this. But until next time, I'm Audi 51000G, Ken folk.